Hello, everyone. Thanks again for joining this session. So, last 1 week, we were experimenting with a learning program called Daily Learning Program. Actually, we were trying to learn more of engineering essentials, or to be more specific, systems design essentials. Okay, so if you go into any kind of job role, let it be development or administration or even DevOps or even something else related to IT, your systems design fundamentals has to be strong. And once we learn about systems design fundamentals, we will definitely go into advanced concepts such as designing systems, architecting systems, and all. First of all, this is a community program and not a course. Okay, so everybody come together, they share their knowledge. Even occasionally or alternative days, there will be also sessions. And if nobody is coming forward to do any sessions, it will be me who will be taking the sessions. The idea is that we will learn together and then we will grow together. Okay, so this thought of daily learning came to me after I saw many messages in LinkedIn from people who said, "Okay, I am not having a job because of COVID or because of some other reason. I'm not getting something. I am sharing my resumes. I am into this particular domain, but unfortunately, nobody is contacting me." I explored a few of those messages. The sad fact is that if a domain or area does not have a job opportunity, how much ever you try, you may or may not get a job. Okay, so it is really important for you to upskill yourself regularly. And do you learn only for your interviews? Because I have seen people preparing for systems design for interviews, and then most of these people, after they clear the interviews, they immediately stop learning. But what I have felt is that in your job, okay, if you know the systems design concepts better, in your job you can do a lot of things better. I believe that everyone, including you and me, are either an architect or in future we want to be an architect. Okay, so how can we become an architect? To become an architect, you need to have one is depth of knowledge in one area. So as an architect, maybe if you are a cloud architect and even within cloud architects also, you may have a specialization. You are specialized in security or networking or data or some area of your expertise. Okay, so you will need to have that expert knowledge in those areas. And also, you need to have a breadth of knowledge. Breadth of knowledge is something that most architects forget about. What is breadth? So basically, you need to have a breadth of knowledge in all other areas. So if you do not have that breadth of knowledge in all other areas, what will happen? So if you do not have that breadth of knowledge in all other areas, you may run into a problem known as golden hammer problem. So the golden hammer problem states that if only what you have is a hammer, whatever you see in front of you will look like a nail. As an architect, if you know only certain things and do not have any idea about other things, you might tend to build solutions around things that you know. But who knows, there might be a much better solution that is possible using a different set of technologies or a different method. Okay, so I'm not telling you have to learn everything and become a master of everything, but if you have at least knowledge of what all things are there, okay, what all things are there, you can definitely decide, okay, at least explore in those areas. It could also happen that whatever you know was the best thing, but it could also happen that whatever you are going to explore is the best thing. So as an architect, you should be always open for ideas. You should not be limiting your designs, limiting your solutions to only what you know. You should also explore things around, and your breadth of knowledge is definitely an important factor in doing a better search around. this is applicable for even other roles also, not just architects. So even in your day-to-day life, whenever you are talking to your kids or whenever you are talking to your wife or parents, so you might have seen people who say that, okay, whatever I believe is the only truth, whatever others think is not the truth. Okay, so sometimes even in a personal life also, we see that, okay, people are successful in relationships if they can think from other people's shoes, right? Breadth of knowledge and openness is really needed for success in any fields, not just technology. In technology, as an architect or a future architect, it is definitely a needed thing. Okay, so those are some of the reasons I decided to restart all my learning programs. But this time, it is just not me who will be talking. So last time, every weekend morning 8 a.m., I used to talk about a topic. I used to teach a topic. So it was purely an upskill connect. But now, apart from upskilling, we will also bring experts from the industry. Okay, maybe other architects, maybe CTOs, maybe CEOs who agree to come. So this week we had actually a lot of variety in people attending the community discussions, freshers as well as people with 18 years of experience. Okay, so it is a mixed group, and I believe that this is just the beginning. And if we can all work together and then learn together, we can do a lot of things together. Okay, so these are the things that we will discuss today. Thought of the day, know your teacher, and about DAC and DAC schedule, also DEC and DEC schedule, and finally a summary of 7 things needed for a safe and successful career, and also common questions I get from people with respect to career, and then we will definitely have a Q&A session where you can ask me anything. Okay, so you may be asking me things in Facebook or LinkedIn or any other social media. I may not be available there always. The reason is simple. If you truly log in into any social media these days, you can truly see that it is not just about what that social media is about. For example, consider Facebook. So Facebook is in theory about building friendships. But so these days, most people are using Facebook for ads, propaganda. So there are a lot of fake profiles, negativity. You automatically tend to become a different person if you spend a lot of time in these social media websites. Consider LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is supposed to play for only career discussions, but these days I am seeing a lot of ads and a lot of people sharing their political thoughts, people sharing about, there is truly a lot of distractions in all the existing social media communities, and that is why I've also decided this DAC and DEC should have a separate new platform, okay, without any ads or negativity or fake people or propaganda, a monitored place where we can all learn as a community. We have chosen a platform called Circle.so, which is a newer platform. It has a fee definitely. If many people are there, then and if they contribute a little bit, then definitely we can get all those benefits definitely for a much lower value. So cloud is the hot topic for today's career, right? So, and cloud is all about sharing. So the more you share, the more benefits you will get. Thought of today: the person who stops studying merely because he has finished school is forever hopelessly doomed to mediocrity, no matter what may be his calling. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. This is from a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. In technology, there is nothing that is stable, right? So you always have to upskill yourself. New technologies come every day. Unless you upskill regularly, you'll be much behind than others. Know your teacher. I am an author, architect, and tech evangelist. I'm also a Microsoft certified trainer. I have a couple of master's degrees on cloud computing and data analytics. I have few professional IT certifications. I'm still working. and I have been a speaker in many meetups and conferences and webinars. The meetups and conferences used to be a part of an important part of my learning life, my career before Corona. Something which I really miss, because I go for meetups as a speaker or as a participant, and then build network connection, learn about new things that are yet to be released. It used to be a very good learning adventure, I can say. Because of Corona, all such events are stopped. This daily connects and weekly connect support us in upskilling and building networks until everything opens up. Okay, these are the books that I have written. The Security Cookbook, which released in 2020, came 8th in the list of best cloud computing books of all time by Book Authority. Okay, and with respect to Azure Cloud, so you have to upskill yourself based on the market, based on the demand. So last 1 year in my new company, which is a bank, so they prefer Azure. So as I mentioned, so there are definitely certain areas, certain domains, or certain job roles, or certain industries that got very badly affected by Corona. But again, there are many other areas or industries or domain or companies that benefited. Okay, Microsoft Azure Cloud is one such company. I am an Azure Solutions Architect expert, DevOps Engineer expert, and Azure developer, and Microsoft certified trainer. Okay, from next weekend, I am personally starting to attending a PG program for 6 months. It's a cohort program for getting much deeper expertise in security. Next book, I am hoping to complete it by end of this year, and which will be around Azure security. It could even have things around DevSecOps. Okay, so people from a security and DevOps stream can definitely work with me, maybe reviewing the book. I talked about the new career talks. So these sessions may be mostly a formal version of one of the most important topics that we discuss every day. Whenever I was talking, I got a lot of interesting things that even I did not know. So I might include those topics also into this weekend ones. And these sessions happen every week on Saturdays. As of now, the recordings will be made available for the weekend sessions on our new CSC Cafe YouTube channel that we are planning to start. So most probably this will be the first video that will be uploaded, the recording of this one. Okay, and then we will talk about shaping a career in the right path. Okay, you need to have somebody, you need to hear from real people, you need to be able to ask questions to real people. So that is why we will have shaping career sessions here. And then you can ask all of your questions, and then the experts. It will not be me alone. We'll be bringing experts all across the industry, and then they will be also sharing their experience, and you can also ask them questions. We will continue to have our free upskill sessions on cloud engineering. So last year it was only cloud, but now I felt like, okay, cloud is not just enough to survive. Engineering concepts are also a must. These talks will be live streamed to more than 60,000 of our community members, but I still prefer you join these talks from Zoom or WebEx, and it is completely free. So there is no reason why you should stay outside and then be a visitor. You can register at career.bt.help. It is HTTP. This is a shortcut which will take you to the registration page in Buddy Tutorial. So Buddy Tutorial is the website where we currently host our communities. Maybe I will have my own website and community specific to CSC Cafe in future. Okay, quickly I'll talk about Buddy Tutorial. It was my idea to create a website, but again I cannot register a company as a director as of now. My original goal for Buddy Tutorial is to register it as a non-profit company, but again, until I get permissions from my current employer, I cannot do that. So it is currently associated as an initiative and completely managed under Training Solutions. which is my parents' company. So who else to go for when you need help? Why buddy tutorial? So the problem is quality education have course not available, not affordable for many. So quality education need quality training materials, and a quality environment. All these are not free. So good trainers may need to be paid. So how many of you would want to work for free after you become an expert? Okay, I am taking free sessions, but again, I am getting back in the form of knowledge and support from all of you. Good quality materials may have some cost. How many of you want your work to be given away for free? So whatever materials are prepared by Trainso and other of its partners. Okay, so they do it with the mentorship of experts, but again, it is actually done on the field by people who are job seekers, interns, and many such people. So we don't want to want them to work for free, because one thing I realized from my experience is that if you lose a job, there are many people who say that I will teach you for free. Okay, so teaching for free is definitely good, but again, for those people who are in need, teaching or getting free training is not just enough. They need the money to survive. Okay, that is a very true fact in today's world. And the quality environment may also have some cost. For example, if you're working on real project in a real Azure environment, the services will definitely have some cost. Okay, so somebody will have to bear the cost. It is a truth and fact that there is nothing such as a free lunch unless someone come forward and help the needy. The solution through Buddy Tutorial is that a small contribution from many people instead of a big fee can be used to bring expert trainers. Okay, so because expert trainers can be brought with hourly payment. So the more people, we have in the community with very little contribution, we can bring expert trainers. Okay, a small contribution can also run help community without ads, negativity, and false people. Those who can afford can even help other people. So me and wife keep aside a fixed percentage of our salaries to help job seekers. But the demand is more than we can handle. Hence, we decided to have something such as Buddy Tutorial to help job seekers. But again, it is the idea is ours, but it is run by Trainso now until we have what it is needed to do it on our own. So as of now, we are also, including me, I am also just a member in the Buddy Tutorial. As I mentioned earlier, my goal is to register Buddy Tutorial as a non-profit. Now, the most important part, Buddy Tutorial initiatives, the daily Azure community. So we can learn together every day with an ad-free community, and daily engineering community. It is for learning core engineering topics, including systems design concepts, design principles, data suggestion algorithms, and more. Together every day with an ad-free community again. So more communities based on because if you want to, because these are the communities that I host. But you can host your own community. Yes, I have hosted a community in Buddy Tutorial. You can also host your community in Buddy Tutorial. Okay, just send a mail to support at Buddy Tutorial, and Buddy Tutorial team will help you out. For DAC, you can just go to dac.bt.help, or DEC, you can go to dec.bt.help. Okay, and then we have also study groups. Okay, so these are as of now on WhatsApp. Okay, and then all the sessions that I take as part of this study group are free. The meeting details will be shared in WhatsApp for the study group. Today, because of demand, we have created another separate group for systems design exclusively. So to join any of these, you can send either Azure or Java to 74111, 74113, or even SD to the same number, and then after verification, we will add you to the group. This is just to avoid spammers. But again, this community will also soon be moved to a circle. Our recordings, we have decided to make it available only to DSC or DEC community members. So people have to take the recording, upload it somewhere. So we use tools such as Vimeo for hosting. So and then a portal for accessing it. Little bit of security around those areas, access control. So there are a lot of things involved in sharing the recording. There will be paid sessions from trainers. So this, when one person spend 167. It might be you cannot get any trainers with that fee, but if 10 people do it, it is 1,670, and if it is 15 people, it is still more. Okay, so when you work as a group, you can achieve a lot. You can get a lot of benefits with much less effort and much less contribution. Any live sessions which are free from trainers, because some trainers take the sessions for free, including me. So all my sessions are going to be available for all community members for free, all the study group members. Okay, and community members, it is always, everything is available. All my study group members, WhatsApp group as of now, will be can attend all these meetings, and they can participate in discussions absolutely free. Apart from the ad-free community group, you will also have a 24/7 Zoom or WebEx meeting where you can go and discuss. You can discuss in WhatsApp group. Whoever is available, please come and discuss. So it will be like always on room, always open room, where you can come and we can discuss about the things you can learn together. Quickly, why learn daily? So we are all future architects, and an architect needs to have depth of knowledge in one area and breadth of knowledge in all other areas. And we have to become architects and then stay as architects by increasing breadth and depth of knowledge. Don't just increase technical knowledge, prepare a topic under our guidance and present it to improve communication skills too. So that is the best part of it. So in every other program, you'll be just learning. So here you can learn, and then you can present topics, and you can get feedback, and that can improve your communication skills too. As an architect, technical knowledge is just not enough. You have to talk to your stakeholders and you have to convince them. Okay, that is only possible if you have a good and decent communication skill. We will provide, if you want to take a session for the community, we'll provide you all the required training materials, course portal access, everything we will provide, and we will guide you so that you can prepare and you can speak and you can improve your communication skills. And at the same time, you can be also happy that, okay, because of me, somebody else have learned something today. And then consistent learning is always effective, even if it is just for 15 minutes per day. If you are learning consistently, it is always good than learning once in a while for longer hours. Okay, then daily Azure community schedule, the new one. So the Azure community sessions are at 8 p.m. IST as of now. Okay, and we may include new time slots if there are considerable requests. So Monday it is engineering discussion. Mondays it will be a common discussion with DAC and DEC members, because it will be around systems design. I will explain later. So Tuesdays it will be around developer or admin topics. Wednesday is a community discussion day. Thursday it will be around architecture or admin again. And Friday it will be quiz and talk, where we'll be currently we are focusing on fundamentals, where we'll be talking about so quiz and talk is a model where I'll be conducting the quiz, and at the same time you can ask all of your doubts alongside the quiz. So it is just not a one-way quiz, but it is also an opportunity to make sure you have learned all the topics perfectly. Okay, so we'll have quizzes, we'll have prizes for quizzes, and you can also check your knowledge, and you can also ask questions during the quiz. Okay, I thought the answer is A, and see, it looks like the answer is B, but I don't understand why. Whoever is taking the quiz and talk session, including me, will try our best to explain it. Okay, on Saturdays, you have DevOps or architecture sessions. And Sunday, we have a live project Scrum meeting or mock interviews or even community discussion. Daily engineering community schedule is at 9:30 p.m. IST every day. Monday, it will be systems design discussions. Tuesday, it will be community discussion. Or if there is something pending from Monday, we will continue the discussion on Tuesday, and then we can have community discussion. Wednesday, it is data structures and algorithms, and again continued by community discussion on Thursday. And we are also thinking of having some half an hour or 45-minute connect every day on a different time zone, maybe morning India time. So just like we do exercise for our body, so doing some solving some data structures and algorithms problem daily can improve your brain power significantly. Okay, and then Friday, mock interviews or quiz and talk. And Saturday, again, community discussion. Sunday, it will be a live project scrum meeting or mock interviews or community discussion. Okay, so community discussion is where you can also come up with a topic and speak, or we may together do a group discussion on a topic. Okay, so what we covered in this week in DEC. So hashing and load balancers, hashing essentials, implementing a hash table, consistent hashing and rendezvous hashing, replication, sharding, and literal action. Okay, so whatever we covered until this week, the recordings are available. It is open for everybody. So all you have to do is join any of the study groups. You can just send a WhatsApp message SD to join the group, and I'll be sharing all the recordings tomorrow morning. So one challenge with the WhatsApp group is that every time, so that is another important reason why we want to move to another platform. So every time somebody joins new, they can only see the messages from that point of time. So they lose all the previous communication, all the previous good discussions, all the previous recordings. Otherwise, we will have to again share all those recordings and then cluttering the group. So that is another reason why we prefer to have a proper discussion platform for all our discussion. And circle.so is something which we are exploring now because it has very good reviews from many people. So any questions until now? Okay, about the book, is there any contribution done by somebody who is not into security? You can learn security alongside me. Okay, we have a Facebook group. It is fp.com/group/Azure Cloud, which has close to 60K members. We have regular free sessions and connects and all those things. Only negativity is Facebook had a lot of ads. And then, but again, within this group, we have a strict no spam policy. And we have even paid and volunteer moderators. Paid volunteers are sponsored by Trains or Training Solutions. But there are many different communities specific to each and every Azure topic. All of those you can see by going to this link, azco.cldrks.2. Okay, so this is something which we are trying to implement job loss insurance program. It is actually trying to be implemented by Buddy Tutorial or Trainso. Again, if Buddy Tutorial can be registered as a non-profit, it will be good to launch this as part of it. The idea is that if somebody loses a job, they can come and work for a Trainso with a decent salary to get experience and even filling the gaps in career. Okay, there is a question. I believe it should be typed as SDA to join the group. Okay, SDA means you'll be joining to the Azure group and systems design group. If you are sending SDJ, it will be a Java group and systems design group. If you send only SD, you'll be joining only the system design group. So one of the career question that I get frequently, I'm not somebody from computer science engineering, can I get a job in IT? So the answer is going to be discussed towards the end, and I will show a real world experience from my own personal life. I am definitely a computer science engineer, but I will give you an example which can or may be motivating you. Okay, summary of 7 things for a safe and successful career from my experience and from my knowledge. So first one will be a job-oriented skill. You have a skill that has relevance in market and has job opportunities. Okay, so if you have a skill which is not having any opportunity, then definitely that is not going to help you a lot, right? So this is where many people try to fail because they may be an expert in some skill that are not relevant, complain that they are not getting the right job. If job opportunities are not there for that particular job or skill, how can you get? And second, so good communication skills. Okay, so before we discuss about good communication skills, how many of you think good communication skills are important? Okay, good communication skills is not just for it is not just a good grammar or error-free grammar. It is about communicating something that is in your mind properly to the stakeholder. I know people who are very good technically, but they don't have good communication skills, and because of that they lack good job opportunities. And I also know people who are not so great with technology, but their communication skills are very good, and they get better jobs than people with less communication skills. We have a program where if you are lacking in communication skills, we help them, we train them for free. And if you have decent, so that is about English grammar and all, so we'll teach them just like you are taught in schools. Okay, so we'll teach them grammar, English grammar, and then we will make them speak. And if you have decent communication skills and if you need to make it good, the best thing to do is to practice more. Okay, practice more, practice more, practice more. As I always say, you cannot learn a skill such as swimming or driving or riding bicycle from video tutorials or by watching somebody do, right? You have to do it to learn it. And that is where these communities can definitely help you. Even if you join a community, if you are going to stay as a listener, then you will not benefit. So you need to talk, you need to get feedback, and you need to improve upon yourself. That is the best way to become better on communication skills. And then write learning materials. Okay, there's a sea of materials online, and then you need some help and direction to actually choose the right materials. And good professional relationships. So this is something which many people do not consider important. Okay, so you need to have good professional relationship. Okay, so that is needed for getting a good, maybe good job, or you are stuck with some things and then you need some help from somebody. So if you have a good professional relationship, if you have a good professional community, then you can ask people, okay, I am stuck with this, can somebody help? Or I am having some difficulty in my job, can somebody refer me? Unless I am confident that the person can do the work as per the job requirements, I will not refer them on my name. I will direct them to the HR. Everything will be between them and the HR directly. The reason is because when I am recommending somebody as my referral, it is not just about referral bonus. It is about trust, right? So the company which I am working will be trusting that, okay, this is coming as a referral from Hartin, so this has to be a good person. So if I refer somebody who is not good enough, so later that manager will come and ask me, okay, what is this Hartin? So you made our life hell. Okay, so good professional relationships can help you in a lot of different ways that you do not even think about. Interestingly, somebody joined for last AZ 900 batch. He said, I'm already conducting trainings and I have a decent knowledge of Azure. So I asked why. So then that person said, okay, I know things, but my purpose is that I saw that there is a one-to-one mentoring thing. As part of it, I joined mostly for that thing, to build a relationship, and then I want to take things forward. I want to become a trainer on my own, and then I need guidance. I need all the things that you guys do, and be patient. Do not complain. So I have seen people complaining for anything and everything. So successful people do not complain. Instead, they believe that, okay, whatever happens in my life, I am the only person who is responsible. Okay, so if you have that attitude, people will be happy to stay with you. Okay, so imagine that you have a friend who will be always telling, okay, this is not good, that is not good, he is not good, she is not good. So automatically that negativity will affect you, and then you will prefer to stay away from that person. And then you should always have a backup plan. So this is for the safe part. So backup plan is always good. So as most of you know, my backup plan will be my parents' company, which is Trainso Training Solutions. You can also have your own backup plans, or if you want Trainso to be your backup plan, you can definitely get in touch with me and try to build a good professional relationship. So our study groups, which are absolutely free, are a great place to start. Finally, most importantly, you need to have a good mentor and a good coach. So okay, so take any great sports person that you see around. So the best person in cricket or best person in badminton. So these days Olympics are going on, and then our people are bringing a lot of medals, right? So you take anybody in any area in sports, they will definitely have a coach. It does not mean that the coach has to be better than that person, but again, in most cases, it will be the better coach you can get, the better benefits you will reap. And it is about seeing from somebody else's eyes, somebody else's perspective. Okay, so these 7 things, if you try to implement in your life, you can definitely have a safe and successful career, according to me. So how many of you, please mention in the chat, agree to these 7 points? Lot of agree. That is good. Do you have any doubts or questions or anything? There is one. Thanks for the session. This is my first session and I have query related to Azure Cloud. As I am a SAP basis administrator, I want to switch career path on cloud platform. Can you please suggest? Looks this session something programming? No. So one thing I want to take, I will definitely tell most probably in maybe next week session, focusing on cloud, that in cloud, so cloud is nothing cloud is nothing that is different from whatever you are doing now. Whatever you are doing on premises, you can do the same on cloud. Okay, so in cloud you have tracks for everybody. Okay, you have tracks for everybody. You have tracks for programmers, you have tracks for non-programmers. Whenever ask me for guidance with respect to what courses or what specialization I need to take in cloud, my first question to them is whether you like programming or want to do programming, or whether you do not like programming or do not want to do programming. So if you are confused, I always tell them, okay, try programming or try development first. And if you're not able to, definitely you can switch paths. Without development, definitely there is no DevOps or administration or anything. So somebody has to develop. But again, you have a lot of other opportunities also. So for example, if you are not into development or programming, that is why that you have other tracks. Generally, people who are not into programming, so everybody starts with Azure Fundamentals or AS900, and after that, those who are into programming may go into a developer track. Those who are not into programming may go into admin track. Okay, there are also a lot of other areas such as AI, ML, IoT, and a lot of other things. So all these things will be discussed in the fundamentals session. So that is why so some people say, okay, leave the fundamentals and go directly to the specialization. So I always suggest people to go with the fundamentals first. If you have a strong fundamentals, then you can definitely learn anything. Now, the question, I'm not from computer science or IT, can I get the job in IT and cloud? Okay, so this is one example I share, because this is my first professional student and partner, so Sneha, who is my wife. Okay, so she was from electronics and communication engineering. She joined a popular software company as a support engineer, and we had to face a lot of issues because she was working in night shifts or weekend shifts, and I used to work on daytime. Okay, and it was very difficult. But again, one good thing, I started writing my blogs, my Java blog, javaj.com, around that time, many years back. Okay, and then whenever I am at home, I will write. Whenever she is at home, she will learn from it. And then she is now working as a technical lead in a very good company. If you are interested in learning, you always have opportunities. All what I have to say is done. Now you can ask me any questions you want about anything, and I will try to answer that with best of my knowledge. People look for hands-on project experience even when we learn latest technologies. Would like to hear how we can overcome such scenarios. Muddy tutorial, DSC and DEC also have such projects. That is where people come together on Sundays and then discuss about what they did for the week as a stand-up. But again, with cloud, the best thing is you don't have to, unless always working as a team is definitely a good thing. But otherwise, you don't have to look only into working on a project or course, because whatever you do, okay, best thing about cloud is whatever you do as an engineer on cloud, okay, the same infrastructure is what any big company use. Okay, if you are using Azure or AWS or GCP, whatever you do on cloud, you are using the same infrastructure as any other big company. Okay, so in that case, you can, if you have a group, that is where these communities can greatly help, right? So you can pick up, you can ask for people from the group who all are interested in doing a pet project. Or if you do not have a community, you can do it alone. But if you have a community, you can ask, okay, who all are interested in doing a pet project? So do a pet project together. So the more diverse skill sets you have in a team, it is good. So pet projects are projects you can do as a hobby project on Azure or AWS or GCP or any cloud for that matter, and then become an expert on it. And then you can even, because these are, if you are working on a pet project or a capstone project or an open source project, you can definitely mention that even in your resume, right? As long as you are not working on a project for money, you can definitely mention it in your resume also. Another question, do we really need any programming language knowledge for getting career into cloud? So not necessarily, because as I said, there is always a track for programmers and non-programmers, right? So if you have a because as an admin, you definitely don't need to learn about standard programming languages such as Java or .NET. But again, there will be some scripting involved, like PowerShell or Linux scripting and all. So that definitely it will be there. But when you go to the DevOps module, even though it is not needed to learn a language, a little bit of Python and all can definitely help in automations. So the answer is programming knowledge is not mandatory. If you want to learn about JWT auth and deploying applications to cloud, Docker, Kubernetes, and how to automate deployments when code is committed, etc., etc. Any plans to provide sessions on this? Looking for hands-on? I am having 10 plus in Java and love to give sessions. Yeah, definitely that is coming up. Okay, so there will be a platform where which I will share in the group, where you can provide all your suggestions about the topics, and I will be adding them to the list. And then there will be a voting program from within the community members, and then based on that voting, we will prioritize topics. So the community is actually choosing the topics different from a traditional training program. This community program, I'm not talking about trains or training programs, I'm talking about the community programs or the study groups. So this is different because it is community initiated, because community decides what topics they want to learn and then prioritize. Then based on the topic, if one of the community member is an expert, they can take. If I am an expert, I will take on that. But if one of the community member is not an expert on that, we will bring people from outside, either people who say that okay, we can do it for free, or people, even if people say that okay, I can teach for maybe this much money per hour, so we'll get them and then we will become an expert on those topics. Okay, and all the sessions we hope will be hands-on, and then we'll be having assignments, and that is only way, with practice only we can learn. I hope I answered that question. Okay, I believe core networking concepts are one of the basic needs for Azure architect or administrator. We will learn it through 104, or will it cover through engineering concepts? Okay, so core networking concepts, 104 has a good amount of core concepts, but if you want to go deeper into core networking concepts, I forgot the number, maybe it is, I said 700, I'm not sure. So Azure until now did not have a certification track for it, but they have launched something in beta recently, and I will share details in the group later. With core networking concepts which are not specific to cloud, definitely we will learn in our daily engineering sessions. Okay, that is the whole plan. Networking concepts. So I'm just looking into my books. Computer networks, networking concepts, even DevOps concepts with respect to independent of programming, independent of cloud, even distributed systems, cyber security, artificial intelligence. Lot of computer science topics we'll be learning in DEC for sure. Okay, so want to know how to measure performance using heap dump, thread dump, etc. Okay, so that will be part of mostly part of Java sessions or as part of engineering sessions. Like AZ 900, do we have any upcoming sessions for DP 203? It may be a part of your daily Azure community. Okay, so if you do not have any questions, I'm going to share a code here. You can send it to me, and you can have a one-to-one discussion with me. Let us conclude. So in summary, if we want to be successful, then we have to research on what technical skills are relevant for today, and then continuously upskill ourselves, and also follow the 7 principles or things that I have mentioned, and then always have a community of professional people to discuss and then grow together. So let us all learn together and grow together. Bye bye for now, and then I'll be always available on the WhatsApp group. So let us all continue to work together, learn together, and then grow together.